The West Coast Eagles sit at 9-2 and head to Melbourne after a thrilling 10-point win over Carlton. There's still a question mark on the Eagles' ability to win on the road, but victory over the Pies would go some way to silencing the critics. Beau Waters and Mitch Brown both come back into the side. Adam Selwood and Will Schofield both miss through injury. Collingwood enter this game well rested, having enjoyed a bye after a 42-point win over Melbourne. It was their 8th in a row and 9th for the season. And there's an air of confidence building amongst the Magpie faithful. Heath Shaw, Alan Tuvey and Ben Reid all come in, but they'll miss Didak and Sinclair, who are both out injured.
That'll be interesting. Now Waters is going to an opponent there. I think it's Wellingham.
Jolly gets a free there. Advantage paid. So Beams takes off, runs to 50, has to deliver, and delivers on cue.
What Dane Swan's done is just taken his arms away. That's what the umpire deems is making no effort.
Well, if you haven't got the ball, it's hard to get rid of it.
Well, it's right there in front of you, Ruzi. He wants to see an effort.
Wellingham caught. Thomas getting plenty of it early. Side bottom to Maxwell. They are hot, the Pies. Cloak edges his opponent, McKenzie out. Runs in, open goal. Spectacularly good start for Collingwood. Short pass from Rosa to Shepherd. To Pritis. Hugging the boundary, now they come inboard to Lynch. And the spaces start to open up. Kerr runs for him. Runs to the paint of the 50. Drives it long, goal square. Hands is up. Can't mark it. Gathers his own crumb. Spins, kicks, goals. Boy, did they need that. And Tom Young back in after initially being dropped. Darling up. Hands to it, couldn't mark it. Kerr. And now Hams can get and go. Cox calls for it. And he pops it to the top of the square. Shepherd's there, and he marks front spot. 7th game of the year. Massive kick. Cool head. West Coast have kicked the last 2. It's a hush here at the MCG. 70,000 people here silent. Nat Nui wraps up Clark. No free. Hard and low was Reid. Shuey tried to go low. No free. Swan. Side bottom for Solo. But McKenzie could grab this. He comes hard. Flicks it down. Free kick. Play on advantage. Cloak. There's no one in the square. He could go for home and roll it. He dumps it. It's low. It skids. It is a beautiful kick. That is as good as it gets. Selwood gets a rare touch. Kerr. Nat Nui in a one-on-one. Got a hand on it. Couldn't bring it in. Gathers. In turn gathered. Somehow raked it free. Somehow got it up. And somehow Hill levels the scores. Shaw lays a tackle. Shuey just gets the kick away in time. Shepherd up with Swan, but he's too clever. He takes off, and it opens up for Collingwood now. Dane Beams didn't want to go for home. Changes his mind. Loads up long. Spectacular. Inspirational.
Certainly you can take it from one end. It's opened up a bit this game.
Could be a grand final preview we're watching here. They could be dissecting this tape in September. Hill gets free, thought about it, gives it. Lynch needs to get around a tackler, hammers it towards goal. And that's against the flow for the West Coast. They lead by 7. Cox tied up Jolly. Side bottom, got it from Beams, gives it to Thomas. So the big gun starting to fire. Sidestep from Thomas. Some artistry towards Cloak. Taps it down. Blair, he rolled it, and he goaled it. Jared Blair ties the scores.
Inside forward 50, Swan a presence, and Cloak marking inside forward 50.
And you talk about Swan's presence. He's off for a spell, but he's had 10 possessions already in the 3rd term.
Beams launches in the Cloak direction. He's got another contestant mark.
It fell into his hands. He wasn't even looking to mark that.
His price is rising. It's managed by Ralph Carl, who manages musicians like Tina Arena, Vanessa Amorosi.
ball use has really dropped off, and the midfield of the Collingwood Football Club's got right on top.
Darling all the way down to half-back. Caught, dropped it. Beams after Jolly gave it to him. Side bottom, that was brilliant. Gave it up just in time for Solo. Cloak, not touched! Bounced through, beat them all, and Collingwood hot to trot right now. Feeds it back to Buckley. Needs to find a target with this kick, and he's missed a few. Swan, after Tooby couldn't gather. Back in the Tooby direction, not clear. Nat Nui could be the man. Feeds it to Shuey. Breaks free. Marston, stand start. That's against the flow. And that was quality street from the West Coast. Marley Williams hugs the boundary towards Cloak. Through some hands, side bottom. Tapped it but didn't realise Glass was there. DeHern threads it through. Pritis, Kerr, 4 metre kick to Lynch, but it worked. Created some space. He could go for goal from just outside 50. Sizes them up. And that's vintage Daniel Kerr. And they are on the way back. Cox in the battle. Almost the mark against Jolly. Flicks a handball out in Pritis' direction. It opens up. Waters about to be run down. Bang, gone. No free. Could have been ball. He was tangled, but he did have it knocked clear. Swift, the sub, gets a kick. Cox to Shepherd, to the hot spot. Nat Nui!
Well, you can see what the Collingwood fans are upset about. They don't think Mo Waters disposed of the ball properly. He got run down from behind. It didn't look like he made any contact with the footy.
That's what he has ahead of him. It's a 3-point game, and this one has hit fever pitch. 40-metre pass to Cloak. Can't mark this. Pritis crumbs it. He's over it. Shovels it out. Swift. Gaff. Rosa. Confidence rising. Shepherd bangs it long. Darling. Hill back of the pack. They flick the switch, the West Coast. And they steal the lead from Collingwood.
Now, I know he had no chance of getting it out, but you've got to make it look like you're trying. That's what the umpire wants.
Temperatures rising by the second. That could be a free. It is. 7.5 minutes left. And again, the crowd in full voice. 61-degree angle to give Collingwood the lead with 6 minutes 45 left. Could someone be a hero for the West Coast? Towed away. Side bottom the sidestep. Dangerous kick. 15 seconds left. Thomas attacks it hard. Cut off. Rolls to Glass. Hands it up to Hearn. Bang. Dispossessed. Thomas gathers. They should win at Collingwood. Kicks it wide. And here's one of the most magnificent sounds in the world. 70,000 Collingwood fans in full cry.
Collingwood went to the top of the ladder in a game that lived up to the pre-match hype. For the Pies, the two Danes in Swan and Beams racked up the possessions, while Travis Cloak bounced back to his best with 5 majors.
They just kept coming at you, didn't they, the Eagles? You knew they would, but you found a second level. You found like a finals-like intensity today.
They're a super team and they're going to be around come September, so we've got to put ourselves out against the best, and we're able to do it today. And they took it right up to us, and we were able to get away with it. So, like I said, full credit to our boys, but well done them as well.